Hello, Olatunji Shobodu here once again, and this is Becoming Authentic. Becoming Authentic. That's the program that we began a couple of days ago, and today we are entering day 4. You are welcome. You are welcome. Are you saying, are you one of those saying, I don't I can't earn the respect of my team. I don't have support from my team. My team members don't trust me. My team members don't respect me. I don't know what else to do to get them to strongly commit to me. I've tried my best. I've done all I know to do, but they just refuse to line up solidly behind me. Well, one area you should look at is the subject that we're covering over the couple of these 9 days. And that's the subject of authenticity. Authenticity. The program is Becoming Authentic, how to become an authentic leader. How to become an authentic leader. We started 4 days ago, and at the opening session, I established the fact that leading authentically is a top priority for leaders, for true leaders. If you want to lead and to do it well, you have to strive to lead as an authentic leader. I did establish, and we spoke a lot about that yesterday, that the verdict as to whether or not you're authentic is not yours to give, it is that of your followers to give. They are the ones at the receiving end. They are the ones observing you. They are the ones who would say whether you're authentic or not. Now, and that's important for them to be able to establish. It's important because it is only after they have established that they can decide to commit to you. So that trust that you are not getting, that support that is elusive, that respect, that they are not given, it's all rooted in the verdict that they have reached about your authenticity. Chances are that you are not authentic, though you think that you are. And this is one of the motivations behind this program, because many of us believe we're authentic. We believe we're living true to who we are and to our words. But somehow our people don't seem to agree with our evaluation or assessment of ourselves. And they are not wrong. Now, we may not be wrong, and we may be entirely wrong. What do I mean? Well, we established the fact that there is a difference between walking your talk and walking the talk. And so, if you are a leader who is committed to walking his or her talk, and so that's all you are focused on, you may actually be doing that. And you may be scoring good on that, but your people are looking at more than that factor alone. You are focusing on one dimension. It's right, it's one dimension of authenticity, but authenticity has other dimensions. And we established that there are at least 7 dimensions that should attract your attention, that you should commit to, because those are, whether you like it or not, whether you're conscious of it or not, invariably, and in fact, whether your followers are conscious of it or not, they are what they use to come to the conclusion, regarding how authentic you are. Regarding how authentic you are. So The first thing is that you may not be walking your talk, even for your one dimension. All right. But assuming that you are walking your talk, you are walking your talk on one dimension. What is happening on the other six dimensions? And if you score good or even excellent in one out of six dimensions, your guess is as good as mine. Your people will not confirm you to be authentic. And so they won't commit to you, they won't give you what you're expecting. And we all agree that until you are respected, until you are trusted, okay, you can't, there's a limit to the impact that your leadership will have on your people. And that limits also, you know, the extent to which you can succeed in your assignment. So this program is focused on clearing the air about what it really means to be an authentic leader. And that's what we focused on. On day one, you may look at my website, my YouTube channel, for the editions, the previous editions, day one. On day two, we began to look at, each of the seven dimensions, which we talked about in day one. And the first one we looked at was your identity. You need to be authentic in your identity. And for that, we used a couple of words interchangeably, using the words like personality and character, um, you know, along with the issues of identity. So that was the first. The second was a focus on your purpose, that you need also to be authentic in your purpose. All right. Yesterday, um, we talked about uh, um, uh, yesterday. What did we cover now? We started with um, uh, authenticity in your identity. Then we talked about purpose. And today we are talking about your skills. All right. We're talking about your skills. Tomorrow we'll be talking about your principles. Tomorrow we will address the issue of your principles. We're going to look at seven, of them, and then we will close by putting them all together. As it were, is a journey. And one of the things that we would establish and that you may observe as we deal with each of those dimensions is that it's like we're undertaking a journey, because they are not entirely mutually exclusive. All right, there's an explanation that ties all of them together. All right, and that will give you also a deeper and better understanding of what this concept of authenticity is about. So let's go straight into what we have today, um, uh, um, focusing on your skills, just like I did on with the first dimension of identity. I will also be using a couple of words interchangeably today. And pretty much we're talking about skills, but we're going to be using words like skills, talent, grace, gift. I think I use gift for the most part. We're using them interchangeably. Now, these are special endowments that define each one of us. Now, some of them are natural, in which case they came with you. All right, you are that wired, okay, coming onto the earth, coming onto the scene. And others you acquired. Okay, so, but we want to use both of them together. What they essentially refer to is your endowment, what you are endowed with to be able to get things done. That's what we're focusing on today. So whether it's a gift, is for the purpose of getting things done. Whether it's talent, it's for the purpose of getting things done. Whether it's grace, it's for the purpose of getting things done. They all talk about your ability, and each of us has them. We have them to different degrees. Some people, take pay attention to them and take advantage of them. Some other people, don't quite uh, take advantage of them, and don't develop them. And it often marks the difference between the who each of us, is, and the kind of results that we get. The kinds of results that we get. So that's what we'll be focusing on today. Okay. So, as our custom has been from day one, I'll be walking you through using this set of slides as a guide. So we have a set of slides for each of the days. And at the end, if you decide and you become a member of the Authentic Leadership Academy, you will have the privilege, of access to the slides. I know some people usually would like to have the slide, for their own personal use and study, and why not? But uh, I'd like to give it to those who will use it well, who will value it, and I want to encourage you, therefore, to join the Authentic Leadership, you know, uh, community or academy. Now, I would speak about that, much later towards the end, but let's get down to business for now. So we're examining your skills, your talents, and the idea is be authentic in your skills and your talent. You must be authentic in your skills and your talent, just as we said, you must be authentic, in your purpose, you must be authentic in your identity. Okay, these are all important elements to pay attention to. Now, um, so we're looking to help you recognize the strategic place of your skills and talent, all right, for purposes of doing leadership. And that's the first thing. This is the ground that we're going to cover today. And secondly, so you can harness them, to inspire, to empower, and also to transform your team. You can harness those gifts, having recognized that they're important for doing leadership right, for achieving effectiveness, for leading authentically. You need to harness them to inspire, to empower, and to transform your team. That's what a leader does. So we're essentially looking at the place of your gifts, of your skills, of your talents, of the grace that is upon you, of your endowments, all right, all of which describe your ability to do things, to get things done, or to get results. We're going to be looking at the place of these things, for leading effectively. So I start by examining, what I call leverage your uniqueness authentically. Leverage your uniqueness authentically. That's what you're expected to do. Now, make no mistake about this. You are a leader like no other. You are a leader like no other. If you are presently in a leadership role, if you have been given leadership responsibilities, yes, there are many leaders. Yes, there are leaders within your environment. Yes, you have colleagues as leaders, but there is no leader like you. There is no leader like you. And the reason that we're saying that is a statement of fact. It's not to make you feel good. It's not to make you, have feel good pimples or so. It's a statement of truth, actually. Okay, that there is no leader like you. That's not to say you're a good leader. That's neither to say. It's also not to say that you're a bad leader. But there is no leader like you. Why do we say that? Why do we say that? What we're talking about is that there is a uniqueness to you. All right. We're not saying that because of your style of leadership, because your style of leadership can be copied. You are probably, copying the style of some other people. We're not referring to leadership style. We're talking about who you are as a leader, and we're referring to the uniqueness of you. We're saying that there is something unique about you. There's something about you that differentiates you from me. And to that extent, even though both of us are holding leadership positions, both of us are operating in leadership roles, we're different. We're different because there is something that is unique to you, just as there is something that is unique to me. We both bring that uniqueness into our roles. We bring that uniqueness into our roles. So there is no leader like me, there is no leader like you from that standpoint. Now, that should excite you, just as it does me. But I tell you one more thing that it should do: it should challenge you, just like I feel challenged by it. Because I'd have to ask myself, and you should ask yourself, so what role is this uniqueness to play in my leadership assignment? Is it there just for the fun of it? Or is it there for me to take advantage of for doing the job well, for delivering effectively on my leadership mandate? Okay, so it's important to emphasize that. All right. Now, and there is a core aspect of you that is your natural gift. I have a gift. I have a natural gift. I have a natural disposition. There are things I can do better than you can do. There are things I find more exciting to do, more easy to accomplish than you. There are things that if you were to do them, you will need to psych yourself up. You will need to dissipate a lot of energy and effort in order to bring yourself to doing them. I may not have to do that at all. I may just take them in my stride. That is the uniqueness in me. But the other way around is true as well. There are things that you find it a lot easier to do, to accomplish. There are things that you can do even in your sleep or when you have just woken from sleep. All right, without having to think twice, without having to dissipate a lot of energy, to consume a lot of resources, because it's a natural gift. It's a natural endowment for you. Some call it grace. Some call it talent. All right. Some call it a skill. Although most skills you have to acquire them consciously. All right. So it's a core aspect of everyone. There isn't anyone who is not so endowed. So in that respect, each one, as many of us as are on the earth, we're unique in our personalities to the extent of this unique endowment. All right. So you and I are so naturally gifted for a reason. We talked about purpose yesterday. Life, to have meaning, must be anchored and guided by purpose. Purpose must be like a compass that guides life. Otherwise, life would be without meaning. So if you have been given that gift, That talent is for a reason, is for a purpose, is to enable you accomplish something. That's why you have been so naturally gifted. That's why you have been so naturally gifted. You are gifted for purpose. You are gifted for purpose. You are gifted for purpose. And if you are gifted for purpose, that's fantastic. It means that it will be a shame for you to attempt to fulfill purpose without engaging the gift. That's like looking for trouble. That's like wanting to give yourself a headache. That's like looking for the empowerment to get your job done when it has already been made available to you, been given to you. It's looking outward when you should be looking inwards because all you need has already been put in your hands. At least what you need to get started. You may need to further develop it, as is usually the case. You may need to acquire more skills, as is usually the case. But what you need, which will stand you out, all right, and create that uniqueness around you and around the work that you do, has already been provided. It has been provided, and you are expected to use it. You are expected to take full advantage of it. It's possible that if you don't understand your purpose, you may not be able to engage it. If you don't understand yourself and you can't identify the gift, you may also not be able to truly determine your purpose. Yesterday, we talked about using the iron as an illustration. I think it was 2 days ago when we were talking about the fact that um, um, talking about identity and the need to be self-aware. Talking about identity is talking about self-awareness. Is that if you picked an iron, once you identify that you are holding a pressing iron, you understand the purpose for which it exists. You understand what you need to use it to do. In fact, if you also understand that it's a pressing iron, you understand its unique empowerment. All right. There is what there is what the pressing iron can accomplish more easily than any other equipment trying to do the same thing, that it does. Okay. That way, that's how you get to understand what we're talking about. So you are empowered to pursue life's purpose, and you are also empowered to pursue your leadership purpose. You're also empowered to pursue your leadership purpose. I'm sure from yesterday's session, you can appreciate the distinction between the leadership purpose and the and life's purpose. All right, we dwell extensively on that yesterday. We dwelt extensively on that yesterday. So again, you can check out those videos, and I really commend them to you to check them out. You aren't expected to run life's race without your gift. Don't neglect it. Be deliberate, be intentional about it, about discovering it, and about using it. All right. You want to be sure that this is what it is, and you want to take full advantage of it. Okay. That's what you want to be able to do. Okay. So don't make your gift irrelevant in the pursuit of your life's endeavors. That is, don't neglect the gift. It reminds me of what Paul wrote to Timothy. And he actually, in the two letters that he wrote to Timothy, it was interesting that he kept emphasizing this point. He kept emphasizing this point. He said, look, don't neglect, stir up the gift. All right? Don't neglect it. Here was a leader writing to his protege and drawing his protege's attention to the place of the gift and the fulfillment of his leadership mandate. He was grooming, young Timothy to go ahead and provide quality leadership, to lead his congregation. And he was saying to him, your gift is important. Obviously, Paul knew that his gift was important. Paul understood that there is a very unique core place for the gift. That's why he also declared many times, I am what I am by the grace of God. It was basically saying, if there is one thing that distinguishes me from others, is the grace that I carry. I carry a unique empowerment, a unique ability that others don't carry, at least in this area, of ministry. He said it's true. I mean, yes, they got there before me. There were apostles before me. They even walked with Jesus. But look, they are not like me. I'm separate, I'm different from them because there is a unique gift that has been put upon me. And I know it. That's why he's able to declare it. I know it. That's why I'm able to take full advantage of it. And it's not therefore a coincidence that he wrote, over half of the New Testament. His gift was in full expression. You would say, well, some of the disciples didn't even write any book. Yes, they didn't have the gift to write the book. They didn't carry the grace. But they operated in some other areas. Take Philip, for example. Philip was very gifted as an evangelist. Even among all the disciples, he was not used in the manner to accomplish certain things. Others weren't used to accomplish certain things like he was used. It happens like that. In my years in the bank, and I was there for over 20 years, there were things that I could easily do. There were things that I accomplished. There were things I was known for. There were things that if you were looking for who can address this issue, they would come looking for me. Not because I was better than others, but because I was gifted in certain areas and I knew I was gifted and I took advantage of the gift. I didn't run my career in banking devoid of my gift. That's why I featured in the kinds of roles that I featured in. And those who work with me knew exactly my areas of gifting. Those who were my superiors were able to identify it as well, just like Paul could identify easily, the gift that Timothy, that was in Timothy. And he encouraged him and helped him to develop it so that he could take full advantage of it. So when you come to leadership responsibility, where is the place of your gift? Where is the place of your gift? You can't try to do leadership devoid of yourself and of your endowment. That's why we started out talking about your identity. And now we are talking about your gift as a core part of who you are and of what you are capable of doing, of what you have been endowed to be able to do. And like I said, that would include other skills that you have acquired, other talents that have been transferred to you. Because there are some skills you acquire by you doing the reading, doing the work, attending some programs. There are others you acquired because you worked under certain leaders and they were able to impart those gifts to you. So don't make your gift irrelevant in the pursuit of your life endeavors. Don't. Don't. If you do, you are walking a path that is more difficult than what was intended for you because you are staying away from your lane. And when you are out of your lane, you may well need a different set of endowments, a different set of skills, a different set of abilities to be able to function there. That's why when you find that many people struggle, they struggle many times because they have moved away from the areas of their gifting, of their talents, of their skills. So, doing leadership without your gift as a source of leverage, as an important source of advantage, is a big oversight. That's to put it lightly. Because when I was doing this, I thought of using a much stronger word, but, so I'm not sounding too extreme. It's a big oversight, to be a big oversight on your part. And it will prove to be costly. It will cost you, sir. It will cost you, ma. It will cost you in many ways. And one of the very important ways that it will cost you is fulfillment. Because you will get onto a lane where you start struggling, where you start struggling. So that's the first part, of our discussion today. The next thing we should look at is what I call the gift of authentic leadership. The gift of authentic leadership. That's the mandate that you have been given. You are not sent to lead as a fake. You are not sent to lead devoid of who you are, devoid of what leadership demands. All right? So there are two things I want to quickly establish here as truth, in case you are not conscious of them. And I hope that as a leader, and maybe as a follower, and like I said, every leader is also a follower. Every leader ought also to be a follower. Is that leaders serve two purposes. You can view the significance of a leader in the life of the people from two very important perspectives. All right? The leader is sent to his or her people as a gift. As a gift. When you have a leader, you have been given a gift. You have been given a gift. Why? Because most of all, you can hardly afford to acquire that leader by yourself with your own resources. And indeed, to acquire what the leader has to offer as value added to you. So you get a leader who would end up influencing and affecting your life. And most times, more often than not, you don't have to pay a dime. If it's at work, you don't have to pay. If it's anywhere, you don't have to pay. Instead, you are being paid. It's true that you are helping the leader. There's no question about that. But the leader is helping you more than you are helping him. Because the flow of benefit is more from the leader to the follower than it is the other way around. And the truth is that if a leader truly adds value to you, forget whatever the institution is paying the leader, it could never acquire the kind of value that the leader is adding to you. Why? Because what the leader adds to you is not quantifiable. You can't denominate it in naira and kobo. So leaders are gifts. When you look at an interpretation, when in Ephesians chapter 4 and verses 11 to 13, all right, I mean, Paul made it clear that leaders were given to the church as gifts. He said when Jesus was living, he gave gifts to men. And he said, and he gave them those gifts, apostles and some prophets and some evangelists and some teachers and some pastors. They are the leaders. He gave leaders as gifts. So leaders are gifts. They are gifts. But they are given to be true leaders, not fake leaders. That's why I said the gift of authentic leadership. The second dimension of that is this: what does the leader have to give? The greatest thing a leader has to give is the gift that the leader carries, is that uniqueness that is associated with the leader. There is nothing more valuable. Yes, there are other things, but they all come on the platform of that. Because the leader is called to share himself. To share himself. I love the scripture in John 12:24. I derive leadership insights from this, from these words. That's what we do at Emet Leadership Academy. Emet, they are standing for truth. We nurture leaders based on truth. He said, except a grain of wheat fall, or a corn or a grain of corn, a corn of wheat falls to the ground and dies, it abides alone. But if it dies, it will bring forth. All right. So what you find is that leaders give of themselves, are meant to give totally, completely of themselves. All right. To share that which is particularly unique about them. That is what they do. So they share themselves. And what is unique about them is their gift. As you will see somewhere down the line when I talk, using one or two illustrations. So leaders are called to be nothing but authentic. Okay? They are called to be nothing but authentic. They are not called to play games. And to be authentic, your gift must take center stage. Your gift must take center stage. If you want to be authentic, your gift must take center stage. And leaders are gifts to their people. Okay? They are gifts to their people. All right? So, as I've tried to explain, all right, because they are opportune to benefit from their gift, the people are opportune to benefit from the gift of the leader. They are exposed to the leader, his gift, how he uses his gift. And there is no way that a true leader in that role will use his gift that will not be for the benefit of the people following. All right? Now, leaders give without expecting to receive. That's another perspective for looking at them and what they share as gifts. So when you are leading, you are not looking to the people following you to give you anything. You're not looking to them for a reward. They didn't give you the mandate. They are not the ones who are going to reward you. What you're looking to them for is for them to believe in you, is for them to cooperate with you, all right, so that you can fulfill your mandate in their lives. It's a very interesting, concept. It's a very interesting way to understand what true leadership is about. So if you are given and you are not expecting to receive from them, what are you to them? You're a gift. What are you giving to them? You're giving a gift. What is of most value to you is the gift that you have is what you carry. Your source of greatest value is the ability that you have to get things done. If somebody wants what you have, I'm not looking for your beauty. I'm looking for what is that thing that you have that empowers you to get things done. That's what I will go for. That's the greatest value that you have to offer, whatever it is. And here you are. That's what you are giving your people. That's what you ought to be giving your people if you are doing leadership right. That's what your people expect you to give to them. They see something in you, and more often than not, they want to see that gift in you. They want to see the uniqueness in you. You are obliged to exhibit it for their benefit, just as much as for your benefit. For your benefit, because then you can fulfill your purpose. For their benefits, then so that they know what to expect from you and they can commit themselves so that they don't miss out on it. Okay, so you are called to a life of sacrifice, therefore. I mean, if a grain of wheat falls to the ground and dies in order to produce, all right, fruit, and then which contains seeds, what is sacrifice? Because it has to let go of itself. It has to share its nature. That's what you do as a leader, to share your gift, to share that thing that is in you as a core, ability. It's like sharing your engine, the engine, of your car, the engine of your being, all right, with others. I mean, what more? What's in a car beyond the engine? What's more valuable in a car than the engine? That's what makes the car a true car. So, what makes you you? What makes you valued? What makes you an asset on the earth? It's not because you exist, it's because of what's in you that is your source of empowerment for getting things done. All right, in whatever area it is that you have been called to operate. So, to be a true gift, leaders share their uniqueness. They share their uniqueness. They share their uniqueness. All right, so the greatest gift any leader can give is to share that unique gift. That's the greatest gift that any leader can give. Just as the greatest gift any seed can give is to share its unique nature. Every seed has a unique nature. All seeds are not the same. Each one is different from the other. Essentially, they do the same thing. They follow the same process, pretty much. If you like, they have the same mandate, but they bring to each of their respective mandates their individual uniqueness. So the orange seed is different from the mango seed, which is different from the watermelon seed. The process, all right, and the purpose for all of them is the same. Is to produce food, is to reproduce after themselves, is to grow, is to be fruitful and to multiply. However, each one is unique in itself. And that uniqueness plays out in the pursuit of their mandates. Okay, so you have to understand this as a leader. A leader feels accomplished when he or she has shared that gift. You feel accomplished when you see that gift replicated in your people. You feel accomplished. It's a source of fulfillment. Not entirely, you know, your total source of fulfillment. That's why I didn't use fulfillment, but accomplished, at least to the extent of what we're talking about. When you are able to do that, you feel accomplished. That is, yes, I'm serving the purpose of my leadership to an extent. I'm living through, all right, in terms of being an authentic leader uh, in that sense. Okay. All right. So, authentic leadership through your gift. Authentic leadership through your gift. So, you live an authentic life. We talked about this yesterday. When you engage your gift in your pursuit, all right, when you engage your gift, we have said, is given for a reason. Said you are gifted for purpose. So you become authentic. You live an authentic life when you engage your gift for your purpose in your pursuit. Okay? We established that. But that's authentic life. But you are an authentic leader when you share your gift with your people. When you share your gift with your people. Notice, you can't share your gift with your people if you don't engage it in your conduct of leadership. If you don't engage it while leading them, if you don't rely on it, if they can't see that what you are doing, your efforts to add value to them is drawing on your gift. When they see it, they know you're authentic. That is, you have the gift and you are using it in order to deliver on your mandate, in order to fulfill the purpose of your leadership towards them. Now, if you weren't, they will regard you as a hypocrite. They will regard you as lacking in authenticity. That's why this is also an important dimension for assessing authenticity. That's why. That's why. And it has to be. It has to be. So that's again to show you that authenticity isn't measured on the basis of one dimension. No. There are many parts to it. And you can see as we take each of them, we address, we show why you need to be authentic in each of them, why you need to be faithful to the use of your gift or loyal to the use of your gift. Okay? So now you are not judged authentic because you lead without your gift. That's what some of us suffer from. That's what we suffer from. We lead without our gift. Our people, maybe they even see it, but maybe you are holding it back. Some bosses want to always be the one to shine. So their people can see that they have certain specific skills, certain endowments, they are talented in certain areas, but they don't put it up front. They want to use it as what makes them different, indeed, what makes them higher than the people they lead. They don't understand that a leader does not hold back. That's not what makes a leader great. That's not what earns a leader respect or trust. It is sharing it, using it for the people, developing it in the people that makes you greater. That makes you greater. I love the statement that Jesus made. He said, a follower can never be greater than the master. He said it's okay for the follower to be just like the master, but can't be greater. But then elsewhere it says, but greater works than these shall you do. Talking about his disciples. Talking about anyone that learns from him. Very interesting. So you say, is that a contradiction? No, it's not a contradiction. It's not by any means a contradiction. Why? And it's very simple. Everything that you do, that you accomplish, that is attributable to you, that is part of your scorecard, becomes part of my scorecard, being your leader, being the one who taught you to do the things that you are doing. The beauty of leadership. Everything. All right? Everything. You understand? Everything. 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 So that's it. So don't take a leadership role. Just like I said yesterday, don't take on leadership role if you won't lead with your gift. If you want to be the only one, who is shining, if you want to be the one that, your people just hail, if that is all that leadership means to you, don't take on a leadership role. Why? Because you're going to end up as one who is considered to lack authenticity. You're going to end up like that because your people see the gift, but they don't see it benefiting them. They see it, but in the conduct of leadership, which involves adding value to their lives, they don't see it. They don't feel it. They're not benefiting from it. So they can't judge you authentic. They can't judge you authentic. Okay? So your gift is an essential part of who you are, and you're expected to put the totality of you into your leadership conduct. Your people should know that your gift is a core aspect of who you are, just as you know it. Just as you know it. And if they do, then they expect to see it. Your gift points to a key benefit that's on offer for your people. So if I see that, this man is very cerebral, this man always is able to figure out a way out, this man, he never gets stranded. If I'm following you, I want to be like that. I'm expecting you to teach me how to be like that, to help me develop that gift. I'm expecting you to share that uniqueness with me. And if you don't, then I will regard you as fake. Then I won't respect you. You won't earn my trust. I won't support you to the extent that I would have loved to, that I would have done if you had done the needful. Okay? That's the way that it goes. That's the way that it goes. So to neglect your gift in your conduct of leadership is to send a wrong message about who you are and about the way you do leadership. And that wrong message will cost you because it will earn the verdict that you are not authentic. That's the verdict it will earn from your people. And their verdict is what matters, not yours. Their verdict is what matters, not yours, sir, ma, not yours. Surprised? That's the way it goes. Because leadership is not about you, even though it starts with you. It's about them and what they get out of committing to following you. So you are seen as authentic when you engage and share your gift as you lead. When you engage and share your gift as you lead, then you are seen as authentic. Let's look at some scenarios. Jesus' uniqueness was being the Word. In John chapter 1 and verse 1, it says, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. And the Word was God. And then he went out to say, and without the Word, there was not anything made that was made. So you look at Jesus, what was unique about him was the Word. He was defined by the Word. He operated by the Word. He operated as the Word. You couldn't separate him and the word. He did nothing without the word. He did nothing without the word. He was uniquely gifted in the word. That's why when he faced those challenges from the devil, he responded each time. He said, "It is written, it is written, it is written." The word. So his people saw the way he operated. A time came he was accused. They said, "Don't mind this man. He's casting out demons." That is his job. That he's doing his job, all right, because he's one of the demons. And he told them, he said, "Look, a house divided against itself, can't stand. I mean, if I'm one of them, I can't be against that." He said, "But if I cast out, all right, demons by my word." So everything he did was by his word. And the people understand it, they could see it in him. All right. A time came when everybody left him. Some of the people who decided to follow him, as disciples, suddenly they got to a point, and because he was operating by the word, he was telling them certain fundamental things. They couldn't handle it, and they left him. And then he looked at the 12 people that he chose who were still there. He said, "Do you want to go as well?" You know what they said? They said, "To whom are we going?" To whom? That is, in terms of identity, we recognize who you are. Then the next statement was profound. They say, "You have the words of eternal life." They saw the uniqueness in him and held on to it. That is what is driving us. That's what is driving us. He was sharing his word with them. He was sharing the gift with them. That's why they were full of the word when he left. And that's why when he was asking Peter in John 21, preparing Peter for his assignment to go and lead the pack, he said, "Do you love me more than this?" He said, "Feed my lamb." What was he saying? Share the word. The same gift that you have enjoyed, shared out of what I have, share it with others, because it's now become part of your own uniqueness. You have developed that skill, you have acquired that talent, you have been given that grace. Now, as you go ahead to also lead, make sure that this is at the center of your conduct as a leader. So his people often, remarked, both the ones who were following him, and they knew that more than anybody else, and indeed others. He said, "What wisdom is this?" There were times they were amazed. They had the things that he said, the words that he spoke, the way that he thought. They said, "What wisdom is this?" They often remarked, out of amazement, out of astonishment. So you had to just take notice that this man was gifted with the word. Was gifted. Even the doctors of the laws, the so-called Pharisees, were taken aback by the depth of his knowledge. It was unique to him. Unique. But you could see it clearly in his leadership. What more can we say? We were told that Jesus never taught without parables. Why? He was using parables to share the word, the principles contained in the word. If you took that out of his leadership, the leadership dimension of his assignment, he wouldn't have succeeded. That's why when he was giving God the report and saying to him that he had completed successfully his mandate as a leader, authentic in his delivery, he said, "I have given them your word." I've given them your word. That was this gift. He said, "I have given them your word." and they have received it. So I hope this makes it pretty clear. When you look at him, he led a set of fishermen. And what did he say to them? He said, "Follow me, and I will make you into fishers of men." Fishermen and fishers of men. Does that not tell you something? That he knew they were gifted as fishermen. They understood, all right, the workings of fishing. Now, he was saying that gift is important. You are going to need it in this new assignment. Instead of using it to catch fish, you will use it to catch men as though they were fish. So he wasn't asking them to come and do something that was not going to require their gift. They were fishermen by training. Peter and his group. They were fishermen by training. He met them in their business before he called them to come and join him. And he said, "Follow me, fishermen, and I will make you fishers of men." So don't come and do leadership without engaging your skill set. It's meant, there's a place for you to use it as an advantage to deliver on your mandate as a leader. All right? When you look at the parable of the talents, the gentlemen, the various servants were given talents. He said, "Occupy till I come. Do business with this until I come." He didn't say with some other thing. He gave them talent. The purpose was that they must engage the talent, all right, to get the desired result. Do business with these talents until I come. So how can you come to leadership and not use your gift, your skills, your talent, your grace, your endowments for performing that role? Of course, not doing so will mean that you are not authentic. You have a responsibility to identify the talents, to appreciate the talents, and to develop your capacity to use them and to use them effectively. Why? They still remain your foremost leverage for succeeding in your leadership assignment. Don't jettison it. Don't try to copy others. All right? Yes, learn the principles, and we're going to talk about that tomorrow, and the truths. But part of it is that your gifts, your natural endowments, they have a place if you must succeed and in your quest to succeed in your leadership assignment. And when you recognize them and you activate them for the purpose of fulfilling your leadership purpose, you're authentic. Your people will return an authentic verdict, about you. When you look at the parable of the sower, fantastic. It said the sower went out to sow. So the guy had an identity. He's a sower. We know who he was. But a sower without a seed can't do anything. A sower without a seed, a farmer without a seed, cannot accomplish anything. Being a sower will become like a certificate. But what does that get done? So if you aren't leading with your gift, you aren't an authentic leader. You aren't an authentic leader. If you don't showcase your gift, your people can't benefit from it. If you don't showcase your gift, how can your people benefit from it? Your leadership conduct must showcase and benefit from your gift for you to be adjudged authentic. For you to be adjudged authentic. Why, as gifts or skills, why do they matter to your people? Why do they matter to your people? Let's deal with that very quickly. Like a seed, your gift is the basis of your productivity. Like a seed. What's going to prove that you can be productive? The seed. Was a sower without a seed? The sower will remain like a figurehead. It will remain, yes, it has all it takes, but it will remain impotent. Why? Because it doesn't have a seed. Without the seed, he can't be productive. He can't show fruit. Indeed, without a seed, his claim to being a sower will look like fake as well. So it's great to be a sower, but it's nothing to be a sower who has no seed. What it means is this, and I'm bringing the issue of character in. Your character is great as a leader, but your seed, your gift, empowers you to show that character is potent. It helps to bring the value of character out. So again, you see, you can't treat identity in isolation or character in isolation. You can't treat purpose in isolation. You can't treat your gift in isolation and all the other things that we'll be discussing. There is a connection between them all. There's a connection between all of them. Okay? There's a connection between all of them. All right? So your character is lame without your skill. Your character is lame. It's important. All right? So as you seek to infect, and I use that word deliberately, your people with character, you must accompany it with your seed. Your gift is that important. That way, they can better appreciate the value of the character that you are sharing with them, of the character you are building with them, of the character you are transforming them into. Like Jesus, who was full of grace and truth, the leader is defined by character and his gift. By character and his gift. All right, so I close today with, like I did yesterday, and as I've been doing every day, the power of authentic skills. You know, and I say today, the channel for showing the value of character is your gift, is your talent, thereby making both a compelling and attractive offer to your people. This is what's on offer: my character and my gift. The combination makes me very potent. And so your people want to become like you to that extent. All right? They want to become like you to that extent. And I close by sharing with you another scripture. Day before it was Malachi 3:16, 3:6. Yesterday it was Jeremiah 29 and verse 11. And today is John 1:14, to show you that that man who was defined by the word, all right, was full of grace or skill or talent or gift and truth. It wasn't just the word alone. Truth is the word. All right, John 17:17, sanctify them by your word. Your word is truth. Okay? Grace, you see there, ability. Gift is gift plus the word. All right? Character. So with that, I bring today's session to a close. I remind you that I hope you can see that a leader will struggle without authenticity. You will struggle to earn the trust of your people, to earn the respect of your people, to earn the support of your people, and to succeed in your leadership assignment, as long as you can't walk the talk in its full ramifications, in all the dimensions, and you keep striving to walk only your talk. It's not about your talk. You can see it's not about your talk. It's not about your talk. All right. So those are the 7 ways: identity, purpose. We have talked about skills, talents, gifts, today. Tomorrow, we'll be talking about the principles, and then the words, and then authority, and then results. So we still have a couple more days to go. I hope today has been of immense benefit to you. And I want to encourage you to join me tomorrow. And before I close, let me, invite you to consider joining the Authentic Leadership Academy. It's a community of men and women who are leaders, but they're striving. They're working towards being authentic in their leadership. All right. It's not something that you accomplish in one day, it's something you continue to work towards. And in that community, we have the opportunity. I'll be sharing on a weekly basis, filling you in with different very relevant nuggets. You would have the opportunity of interacting with other leaders. We would have guest sessions. We have, quite a host of, activities, all geared at building your competence, your capabilities, your, the authentic nature of your leadership, so that you can be the leader that others look up to, not just you and I looking up to others to be the kind of leader that we would like to see. We have a role to do the same. And I invite you to join. If Naira is comfortable for you to pay in, you can scan that previous QR code, and if it's in a different currency, you can scan the QR code that is on the screen as well. I know that some of you may have a need to, for help in any area of leadership. That's what I do. I mentor and coach, executives and senior management people, anyone who needs help, all right, to lead well, to lead right, to lead smartly, to lead with authenticity. And you can reach out to me, in one of the 3 ways that you have on the board. One of the 3 ways that you have on the board, you can scan the QR code that is, I think, is this way, at the corner there. Scan that code, book an appointment with me. Let's talk about your issues, and let's see in what ways I could be of help. You can put a call also by using the link that is given under book a call, or you can send me an email or send me a message via WhatsApp. Either way, just let me know how we can interact, how we can communicate, and, I'll be able to help you with any area, any challenge you have in the area of leadership, drawing from the depths of the truth of the Word of God and over 30 years of practical experience, at the very highest levels, of different organizations. Once more, you can join. Please join. Consider joining. Take the step now. Scan, the QR code there, and it will take you. You join the Authentic Leadership Academy for a token on a monthly basis. Value is loaded there if you consider leadership to be as important as many of us make it sound. All right. We often quote, everything rises or falls on leadership. That's a heavy statement that John Maxwell made. I agree with it. All right. But do we treat leadership with that respect? Do we go after it with everything? Do we invest to develop that capacity in ours? Leaders are not born, leaders are developed. All right, they are developed. I mean, all the 12 people that Jesus led, they were not born leaders. He met them as illiterates doing things, but he developed them within 3 years. into leaders whose impact are still being felt today. You can do that by accessing the truth, the same truth that those guys had access to. That's what we share here at Emet Leadership Academy. That's our motivation, and we encourage you to reach out and be a part of this. And there are different programs that we have as well. When you join the academy, you get to learn all the different programs that we have, all geared towards helping you to build your competence to lead and to do so as an authentic leader, to do so as an authentic leader. So there you are. Make the move. And I look forward to welcoming you. Tomorrow is day 5, and we're going to be addressing the issue authenticity in your principles. Be authentic in your principles. Day 6, we will look at authenticity in your words. Day 7, we would look at authenticity in your authority. And day 8, we will look at authenticity in your results. And then we will put everything all together on the final day, day 9, and tell a more complete story. And please, if you are joining us for the first time today, go to my YouTube channel. You will see all the other videos, and you can go through them. I encourage you to do so and begin to take steps and share your experiences in the comments. Give me feedback. I love to receive feedback. We teach what we teach based first on principles from the Word of God, the truth that has been there and proven for over 2,000 years, and the short 30-year plus experience that I've been privileged to have. Once again, thank you for joining me this evening. My name remains Olatunji Shobodu. God bless you. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye-bye.